said, "Happy Tuesday."
Yeah.
That was it.
Nice. All right, well, we're live. So thanks everyone for joining another episode of the OpenJS Foundation's Cross-Project Council meeting. Today is the 1st of December. And
it means it's the last month of 2020.
Yeah, the last March of 2020.
Right.
Rachel reminded us we were on our way to Montreal last year.
Nice. That was a good time. Cool. So if we are moving ahead, what do we have any announcements or anything before we get into our agenda here?
Announcements wise, I think we're fairly light. So this afternoon we've got a nice, fun standards strategy or standards working group meeting where we're going to focus on sort of the 2021 strategy. We sent out a survey to the maintainers to get some more just input on that conversation. Of course, everyone is invited to come participate. We're not going to record it because A, it's going to be a 2-hour meeting, and B, we're just going to throw spaghetti at walls. So, please do come. That link is on the public calendar. Just as a heads up, if that's something that we're interested in. Also this week, we are organizing our next JSlandia discussion meeting. So that's our supporter program idea. And I think we're trying to target Wednesday or Friday for that. I don't think we've exactly settled on the time. And then we've got the program committee meeting also on Thursday. So if you're interested in getting involved with the event, then please do come to that. I think that's
Cool.
it.
Thank you. Good stuff. Great. If there are no other meetings, are there any like board updates or anything that we need to share? Is there a board meeting this week?
I don't have anything to share. There is a board meeting upcoming. Let me just look at my calendar yeah, it is on the 4th. So if there's anything that people think is important, just let me know. But I don't have anything in particular on the list right now.
Cool. Should we be planning for another board seat election? I feel like those always creep up on us, but I just thought about it.
It was to be 6 months from the last one, which I can't remember when it was.
Yeah, it's my seat, and I think it's either January or February, so we should probably start prepping soon, especially with the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a holiday.
Okay.
I feel like it was after the first of the year because our other one was.
It is, yeah. I want to say it was like beginning of February, maybe.
That would be convenient as opposed to January. Okay. All right, cool. Well, let's keep that in mind. Maybe we should even open an issue just to have it there. So we start to figure out what we're doing there.
Good call. I can open that really quick.
Thank you. Rock and roll. Let's get into the agenda. It's a short agenda. Looks like what, six things on here. If anybody's got anything else they want to raise, definitely let me know. But the first one here is moving the CPC meetings to a bi-weekly cadence, issue 680. I think we've got consensus on doing this. Just to kind of recap, the idea is to essentially go to every other week, but perhaps to keep the off week as like a working meeting if we want to use it for something specific or to just get together. I mean, I'll probably just plan to, either do a specific thing, or if there's nothing going on, then I'll use that time to focus on any issues or things that need to be dealt with. So the thought was that we would have that working meeting at the same time. So essentially, and I can paste this into the chat because it's probably easier. But like, say week 1 is at 1700, and then the next week would be the working meeting at 1700, and then the third week would be at 1900, and then the official meeting, and then the fourth week would be like a 1900 working meeting. Like I said, I think that folks are on board with this idea. There's an issue open if you have any comments or want to discuss it further or have other ideas. If we are to go forward with this, the one thing we need to work out is that it would end up conflicting with standards meetings. Board seats end last day of February and August. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Chris. So maybe that's something we can talk about today in the standards meeting, Jory and others, and see what we want to do about that. I was thinking about this this issue this morning, and I'm wondering if we should just not make any changes until the first of the year, and then we don't have to worry about any of this, and we can kind of sort out the standard side of it and move forward. Along those same lines, I'm wondering what people's feelings are for the CPC meetings for December. I'm working this week and next week, but then we'll be off the rest of December. So I don't know, if anybody has, I don't know if we have an issue for like December meetings and what we want to do, but I won't be around for some of them.
Do what you want. I won't be here. I think it's probably prudent to start that cadence after the start of 2021, just because I think it will be easier for people to adjust. But I am happy either way. Joe, I can carry on these in your absence. I don't mind. I'm volunteering myself to chair. I'm not a very good Joe, but I'm an okay Jory.
You're the best, Jory. Thank you. Toby, did you create an issue for meetings through the rest of the year? I feel like there was an issue. Maybe it's even on the agenda. I don't know.
I don't remember doing this, but like
Okay.
this late in the year, I don't remember doing most of the things I'm doing. So maybe I don't know.
No, I don't see.
I don't think so. But
I'll just create an issue so that we can at least track it. CPC meetings. But yeah, any other thoughts about the switch to the cadence and doing it in 2021 in January?
Sounds good.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, I'm just gonna kind of throw this issue in there. It's pretty lightweight, but it's there, so we can talk about it. I'll drop it in the chat. So this is just about December meetings. I will also just drop something in the biweekly meeting issue that we will start this in January 2021, the newest year that I can't get to soon enough. Cool. All right, great. That's that. Next up is the this issue for review individual supporter program designs. I don't know if we're there yet. If we want to do anything with this today, or if we want to wait until after this week's meeting.
I posted a comment. Our graphic designer was really swamped with another Linux Foundation event, and then we had the holiday. So we did get it over the holiday, and we have so many choices that we still need to narrow them down with the meeting that's happening later this week, and then we can share next Tuesday.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. Moving along, we have this issue 658 develop growth plan template. This is the issue to track the development of a growth plan template as discussed in 592. I don't know why, but my brain always kind of just breaks on this issue.
We need to close this, and I'm going to close it because you've actually opened the clone of that one, and project status.
Okay.
Because we were moving it, and you did the move.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's in project status where it belongs, and there's actually some comments that Christian just added recently on that issue, which is project status 56, which we could discuss if we wanted to right now real quick. Essentially, Christian was suggesting changing some of the language in ways that I would agree with would be better. However, they're changing the requirements that are described in the project progression.md, which is in the root of the CPC repository. And so I'm not sure that that's the right place to do that. Like, you know, we're getting into this problem where we have recommendations on one side and templates on the other, again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, maybe figuring out what we want to do there would be, we can do this offline. We don't have to do this now.
Okay.
But that's the status here.
Okay.
And if people are cool with me closing 647 in favor of project status 56, I'm just going to do that right now.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I think that'll reduce some confusion in terms of, you know, where we should be commenting as
Done.
well.
Yeah. Which also brings us to the pull request 650, which removes the growth stage. This whole bundle of fun.
We're waiting for the outcome of the questions that Joy asked the different maintainers of the existing growth project to make a decision about this. I know that I owe Joy a response from the AMP perspective, and I'm having conversations about this later today. So I don't know if, Joy, you've gotten responses from other folks that are growth project and what those responses were.
We've just had a couple. The responses that I've received on this so far come from the architecture project and also from WebDriver. And they are in favor of this, and they see the sort of prudence of simplification, and are happy to, you know, take the opportunity to revisit what their projects need and then kind of classify themselves into either an at-large or impact project. So it's been positive.
I know Chris Hiller is on the call here, and you brought up a couple of comments here. Do you feel like your comments were addressed, or do we have anything open that we should discuss further here?
Yeah, I got to get back to that issue. And I know Jory replied. I'm not sure if anybody else did, but yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily in favor or against this idea. But yeah, I think I just need some clarification, and you know, basically I just need to go back and revisit it and comment further. And Jory, I hope that, not hope is not the word. I'm tired. It's what I'm trying to say is, Jory, I did not respond to your email because I responded in the issue instead.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'm happy to discuss it on the issue. So
yeah, cool. Thank you, Chris.
And should we dig into it at all, or I mean, or even just kind of explain what some of the thinking is here, so that Chris has a better idea? Or
I don't know if I really like. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that.
that's fair.
In so many words. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'd like to do that in the email or the issue, and then maybe we can discuss if we're gonna have one of those meetings that's about 2 hours later than this one next week. Discuss that.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to chat it all offline too, just ping me. We can discuss.
All right.
That's helpful. All right, cool. So we'll leave this as is for now. Talk more about it in the issue offline next meeting, and go from there. Cool. Anything else on any of this, like removing growth and growth plan template and any of that stuff that we want to talk about?
No, I would just add, I don't think it would, I know it would not impact any support you get from the foundation. So I would just put that aside, know that we're always there to support all of our projects.
Yeah, good point.
I'm doing a bit. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Toby.
I'm doing a bit more cleanup as we're talking. Like there was like basically like 3 or 4, like 2 pull requests and like 2 issues that are essentially tracking the same thing. So I'm like clean that up a bit. It's going to make it easier on the eyes on a weekly basis.
Yeah, on the brain. Yeah, and I think, you know, just to reiterate and close this conversation up, you know, the thinking is that this will improve things and make them simpler, and yeah, we are hoping for no negative impacts, but more positive impacts. All right, cool. So the next issue and the final item on the agenda is issue 632, provide implementation guidance for DCO/CLA. I know Brian is offline right now, so maybe there's no update on this, I'm guessing.
I know he was working on it, but yeah, when he comes back in, I'll have him give us an update in the issue.
Cool, that'd be great. Rock and roll. That's our agenda. Is there anything else that anyone wanted to bring up or discuss before we drop into a private meeting?
I just wanted to flag that the Linux Foundation, along with the OpenJS Foundation, is running their Cyber Monday sale, which includes all of the Node.js training and certifications. So if that is something that you're interested in looking into, now is a good time to consider purchasing.
Great, thanks. Yeah, and there's been some blog posts and social media and that stuff out there too, if you want to help promote it.
I just have a quick question about that. If we want to direct people to it, is there links or anything, or where should we direct people? Because I know I had a few people reach out to me, so I'm just confirming.
So we do have a blog post on the Node.js Medium, which has all of the kind of the bundles of the links. We really tried to point people to the most direct page, so it's easy and they don't have to kind of sort around. So I can drop that link into the chat. And then this sale goes on through December 8th. So in my, excuse me, in my CPC email, I can send out additional information and tweets and things like that, if that's helpful for everybody. But let me drop in the... I
already got you, Rachel.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so that's a good spot to send folks to. It kind of has all of the details wrapped up into one spot.
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you.
I think another, Rachel reminded me to just remind everyone, as you're working on different project announcements or releases or planning for kind of anything that may be coming from your project around the start of the year, it'd be great to go ahead and get us a heads up that if you need signal or want signal boost or posting or anything from OpenJS found from our website or Twitter accounts. I know AMP's got something we'll probably publish, you know, and we'll want to share with the broader community if we can get those on the calendar early since it's December. It'd be helpful.
Good call.
Yep. Cool. I'll just add too that, you know, looking through the open issues that we have, like some things that if anyone is wanting to work on something, the create annual review process for CPC and the foundation is one issue, and create annual review process for non-growth projects. I think we've been really focused on the growth plan template and the changes there, but those are a couple other issues that, you know, I think it would be good to have a kind of 360 review that we do regularly.
All you want for Christmas, Joe, is someone to work on these issues.
You know, whatever.
I was wondering what you were laughing about. You were laughing about the joke you were about to make.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
If I may, there are 2 pull requests that are just like really small, tiny changes, one from Jory, one from myself, which would be good to just merge to clean up at some point. And one of them raises the question, well, mine raises the question of sort of editorial changes to things that the board should technically approve, which seems kind of like something we should have faster, like a fast pass for, because it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I had pinged Brian about that. We should either document, like for those kinds of things, what the policy is. And I think my first take would be like asking if it really needs board approval or not, but we need to write it down one way or the other. And I think maybe it's good if Brian takes the first cut based on the current bylaws, if we think it's needed or not.
All right, makes sense.
And then there's the meeting this Friday too. So even if it does need board approval, you can bring it up there.
As long as it's all set to go and tagged, is that one that's ready to go?
It's a white space fix. Like, had I known, I would not have opened it.
If there's no material change, we can do that. Brian and I have noticed a few other typos that have been, bugging us. So we'll clean it up.
Yeah, I think if we just like landed something somewhere that says those type of changes don't need board review, that's probably better than trying to go and get a board review for each of these things, right?
That was my point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally
okay. So we'll do that, and so we won't necessarily bring this one to the next board meeting. We'll try and fix the other problem first.
Cool.
All right. Cool. Anything else before we drop into private session? No? All right, cool. Actually, let me just peek at the recording and nobody's there. Cool.